You know, we're surrounded by cameras. Billions of hours of footage are captured every single day. But what happens when a camera records something that, well, just shouldn't be there? We're about to look at some tapes that seem to capture moments just beyond the edge of what we even call reality.
It's a pretty wild question when you think about it, isn't it? We totally trust our cameras to show us what's real. But what happens when they show us a reality that just doesn't add up? Let's dive into a few cases that do exactly that.
Okay. So that's me in bed, there's a TV. Look in this general area, okay? This corner of the room. And tell me if you see what I see. The lightning strikes. Look in this bottom right corner. Wait for it. There. To the right.
Okay, so our first case kicks off on March 4th, 2026. A woman named Destiny K gets woken up by a massive crack of lightning hitting her house. But honestly, the storm raging outside was nothing compared to what her security cameras were picking up inside.
Do you see that? Tell me that doesn't look like a person sitting on the floor in my bedroom. And then they're gone. And then it's just gone. With this thing.
So over here is where I capture the footage. I do not want to go over there, so I'm kind of staying over here. I haven't really sort of crossed this way. I sort of exit out the other door. Basically, I saw the flash.
And those are Destiny's own words. She's asking you, to look really closely at the corner of her bedroom right when it all went down.
Half the power in this house is out. Half of the house is out.
Over at her living room, her security camera recorded the fire department arriving to her house. They were there to check for any fire hazards caused by the lightning strike. But during their inspection, something very strange happens.
This is all captured on like a security camera that's battery operated, and thank God we had that. Pay attention to this firefighter right here. He keeps looking over at the couch again and again, like as if someone's sitting there and there's not. And this is when it really gets weird.
Watch closely.
Really? Yeah. Well, invited is right now. Invited is a strong word. I had to say. Yeah. But if you bring part of my life. My house is sweet.
So let's do it. What's so crazy here is that all the strangeness started at the exact moment the lightning struck.
I didn't even know. House. Not that I mean, we've got like city blackouts, neighbors, not towers, so situation.
Right there. See it?
For just a split second, that flash lights up what really looks like a person just sitting on the floor. It has a clear human shape, and then, poof, it's gone, just as fast as it appeared. You can imagine Destiny herself was completely freaked out by this. And this is where the story gets even weirder. Believe it or not, the activity wasn't just in the bedroom. When the firefighters showed up to check for damage, a camera in the living room caught a whole series of bizarre events.
Here's my old phone, just to prove that it's not edited or anything.
This is Nia's footage. Watch.
Bro.
Did that boy text you yet?
No, look. Coco can tell something's wrong. Do you see that? Oh, the ribbon. Coco. Coco. What you doing down here?
Bye, Coco.
Bye, Coco. What the f... What?
Okay, let's break this down, because it's a lot. First, you see one of the firefighters keep glancing over at the couch, almost like he's watching someone. Then, a cushion on that exact same couch pops up, like someone had just been sitting there and got up. A second later, a different cushion does the same thing and nobody is anywhere near it. And then the grand finale. 2 different candles, one after the other, just go out by themselves. And this is the absolute crucial part. The firefighters said later they could have sworn they saw someone sitting on that couch, but the camera shows it was empty. Their own eyes showed it was empty. So you've got this total disconnect between what people felt they saw and the physical evidence. What was actually going on in that? So we've gone from a camera catching what humans thought they saw to a case where an animal might have sensed something humans couldn't see at all. This next story is from 2014, and it's about a dog named Coco who seemed to know something was wrong way before her owners had a clue.
So the way this all unfolds is key. It all starts with Coco just staring, totally fixated on the ceiling. Then you see one of the 2 ribbons tied to the ceiling fan start to move, but the other one is perfectly still. And then, bam! The entire bed just starts shaking like crazy.
And then go like, dude, what the heck, man? Who are you? Hello? Hello from the other side. Run outside. Getting really funny.
Here is what makes this so baffling. The girls in the video, they jump out of bed thinking it's an earthquake. I mean, what else would you think? But the footage clearly shows nothing else in the room is moving. Not a thing. The shaking was completely isolated to just the bed. If it wasn't a tremor, what on earth could have caused that?
Hello from the other side.
Alright, now for a recording that started as just a normal childhood sleepover video. A girl, we only know her as Kay Marie, was just filming her cousin, having fun. She ended up capturing a whole bunch of unexplainable moments. And as Kay Marie says herself, they were just messing around. They had zero intention of recording anything paranormal.
And that to me makes the footage feel so much more raw and accidental, which honestly just adds to how unsettling it is.
So throughout the night, they recorded 3 totally different things. First, you see this fast-moving, kind of wispy figure shoot across the room. Later on, the camera actually picks up a really faint whisper that seems to be saying, "Come here." But the last piece of evidence, well, that might be the most confusing of all.
While they're filming, you can clearly see a reflection of something moving on the surface of a TV that's turned off. But here's the kicker. Kay Marie points out that the screen didn't reflect the flash from her camera or any other light in the room. So, if it wasn't reflecting anything that was actually there, then what in the world did the camera capture?
Okay, so far, everything we've looked at has happened inside private homes. But what happens when these things get captured out in public, in plain sight? Our last 2 clips involve strange figures appearing in crowded places, seen by the camera, but apparently invisible to everyone else.
This footage actually comes from a subway in Vienna. A musician named Mark recorded this woman dressed all in black, sitting totally still with this kind of dead gaze. But, and this is the wild part, when he showed the video to his friends who were sitting right across from that spot, they insisted that the seat had been completely empty the whole time.
And for our very last piece of footage, we're going on a school trip up in the mountains. Here, it wasn't a passenger inside the bus that was weird, it was something the bus's own dash cam recorded on the road outside. Okay, watch the dash cam monitor really closely. A figure appears crossing a bridge, but it's wrong. It's incomplete. All you can actually see is a pair of legs moving in this really unnatural, staggering way. There's no torso, no arms, no head, just disembodied legs walking across the screen.
So, after looking at all of this footage, from strange figures and lightning flashes to phantoms on public transport, we're left with this collection of deeply, deeply puzzling evidence. We've laid out the recordings just as they were presented, and now the biggest question is for you. What do you make of all these unseen tapes?
So what are we really looking at here? Are these genuine apparitions caught on tape? Are they just incredibly elaborate hoaxes made to go viral? Or could the explanation be something more technical? You know, tricks of the light, digital glitches, or even just our own brains trying to see patterns where there aren't any. The possibilities are almost as strange as the videos themselves.
And that really is the heart of it all. Whether it's a figure on a couch, a mysterious force that shakes a bed, or a pair of walking legs on a bridge, the one thing every single one of these tapes has in common is that